Okay, hi, I'm Rae of Sunshine, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my addiction past heroin, also aka fentanyl, um, how I got addicted to that stuff and how fast I did, the come down, the withdrawals, um, how I was a zombie basically. um, so when I first started a couple years ago, it just took one time, and then basically I did it for a week. And it was so bad because I used to use alone, and I didn't realize every time I nodded off was basically like me ODing a little bit. So, basically you take a hoot of it, and then all of a sudden you feel just like you get, I don't know, I don't even know what I can talk about on this channel, but yeah, like you nod off basically, and nodding off. Sometimes you'll see people like on a bus and they're just like, basically you just look like you're sleeping, but half the time these people that look like you're sleeping are like ODing, which is really bad. I've had to save a few people. And so basically I remember the first time I started doing it for literally like a week. And it was like, this was probably like, I take one hoot every couple hours, right? And then all of a sudden one day I didn't have no money, and I was like, man, I don't need that stuff anymore. I couldn't stop like puking, shaking. I thought I had the flu times 100 or something. I was just like so cold sweats. I didn't feel good in my body. It was the grossest, most feeling I've ever felt. It was the most disgusting thing ever. Even though it's like you're warm or whatever, you're sitting at home warm, you're sweating on your back, just gross. Okay, you feel the most disgusting feeling you've ever felt. You don't want to be in your skin. It's like the come down of fentanyl is bad, because even though you're with loved ones, so you could be out enjoying a party or a birthday party for a loved one or whatever, or dad, your whole mind is going to be focused on fentanyl. You're going to want to know when to get high. Even when you're out, you're going to want to get high. When you're with your kids, you're going to want to get high. It doesn't matter, because your whole mind is focused on that drug. The thing is, you're so selfish, and that's the part about it. Like, you're so sick in your addiction with this disease. It's like, you put yourself forward, and even though you feel a little bit of remorse and you feel pain and stuff, because you want to be with family, but you can't, because your mind's just like, get high, you need to get high. You're going somewhere, we need to get high. You're going to get groceries, go back and get high. You do this, get high. You don't realize the danger you put. You ever see like police when they touch the stuff and you wear gloves? It's true. I actually have a cousin, her boyfriend died because they couldn't figure out why he died, and they ended up looking in his body and they had a fentanyl patch on him, and he passed away. That was long before I ever started this shit, like this crap. And I didn't even know what that stuff was back then, and until I realized how potent that stuff is. Luckily, from the grace of God, and I swear my dad's my guardian angel, I've never overdosed. But I was close to that. Like, I was coming close to it. You do stupid things when you're dope sick. You might have bought yourself new shoes, or say your grandma just gave you an heirloom of a necklace or whatever. One day you're dope sick, you look at that, I guarantee you're gonna sell that. That's the kind of stuff it does. You don't want to, but for just to feel good again and not feel dope sick and those withdrawals and the cold sweats and the shakes and puking and everything like that, like, yeah, you're gonna sell stuff you don't want to do, or maybe even worse, you stuff selling yourself, thank God. But don't ever do that shit. Like, there is help out there, but that's just some of the stuff that people do. You're gonna you're gonna F over your family, you're gonna F over friends, That's just some of the stuff that I've heard. And not only that, it's like, the withdrawals of this stuff are just so bad, because I don't even know how I still have a boyfriend from all the stuff I put into him, And it's not his job or his fault that I don't have, that he didn't have $20 for my next fix, And by the way, there's so many ways you can smoke fentanyl. You can smoke it on foil. You can inject it. People smoke it out of a bat, which is like a little glass pipe. They call it bat. That's another thing. If you want to know what to look for to see if your child is using or your loved one is using, look for foils. You know, like little clips, like bobby pins. You use those to clean your straws. Look for straws is one. Also can be either used for cocaine, but straws, like you want to clean the residue, use like, you know, bobby pin and stuff like that. And if you are using, please don't use alone, honestly, because I don't know if it's like this where you guys are at, but if you're with someone and you're ODing, you cannot be charged or anything, or for like being there, someone's ODing or whatever, so you can call 911 and just be there and let them know they're okay and stuff. Or even just be there and narcan them, you know, and then call 911, because you can still slip in to an overdose even though they're woken up, because they're going to be so tired. And what ODing looks like, basically you take too much and you just sleep and your heart slows down and bam, you're dead. I had to watch someone getting narcaned 7 times, 20 minutes while looking through someone's gray eyes, and I thought they were dead. But they luckily lived. But that's just some of the stuff that happens. I've seen people, saved someone with a Narcan one time, and they got up and thanks, you know? Not even no thanks, actually. I remember that time they didn't thank me, but they just went back and did it again. And I was like, hey, that's messed up. Like, I don't know, like, you were just dead. Like, I don't know. It traumatizes you, a lot of things that you're gonna witness. I became cold a little bit because certain things happen, and when you first come around, seeing things are gonna, whoa, like, you know, scare you, but you just become so desensitized that this stuff just becomes so normal. If you're used to, you know, seeing someone get stabbed or whatever beside you or something like that, and the next day right back in there again, that's the stuff you're gonna put up with. You never know if it's gonna be your last time, but if you want to, it's just that stuff that I won't talk about. But don't think that, okay, I'm out of topic, but sorry, I just had so much happen in the past, like, some years. Right now, I can tell you, it is April 7th today or whatever, but I'm still dealing with, like, legal stuff from what I got myself into in these past years, you know? I might be looking at some jail time. Like, I was just in a remand for a month at the Edmonton Remand Center, and to be sentenced, so even though, like, I want to push that life behind me and everything, it's still kicking me in the butt today. You know, it's like, you can't run away from that stuff. Anyways, I remember the withdrawals of it. I was always a zombie. I was here, but I wasn't here. My mind was always fentanyl. My kids would be visiting. I was thinking of, oh shoot, I'm running out. One thing that I hate the most is during my addiction. When I first started my addiction, I was 165 pounds. I'm 130 today. But the skinniest I've been, I remember one Christmas, it was right before I lost my dad. I knew I should have been going to see my dad, and I was in the bathroom one day and I had this premonition of my dad passing away. And I was like, no, Creator wouldn't take my dad. But if I had known there'd be a last Christmas, I would have been a little nicer to my dad, you know? But that was the drugs. I was a dad's girl, you know, my parents are really good to me. remember not wanting to go see my dad because I was ashamed of who I'd become. You know, like, I was there with my dad every weekend. It was like every weekend I always see my dad. And then I stopped going, you know. Weekends turned to 1 month at a time I'd see him. 1 month turned to every 6 months. And I call him and he barely recognized me. I didn't even realize this whole time. You think when you're addiction that your parents are gonna stay the same age, but you don't realize that. Like, when I looked at my dad again, he was just old, you know? I ended up losing my dad a month later. Because I was so mad at my mom at the time, I blocked her number. And so this whole time, the next day I realized I got called in the morning and it turned out my dad went to the hospital at 7 p.m. that night. And I know he must have waited for me. And I never showed up. And then the next morning, my niece called me and said my dad's gone. I remember it just dropped. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll make videos every second day as well. And if you know a loved one that's suffering, you can also share this video and remember that they're not alone. There's so many people that go through the same things. And special thanks to my boyfriend for also helping me with these videos and supporting me. And have yourself a great night, you guys. And remember, one day at a time.